My name is Ivan, and today we would like to show you how to answer the rank questions on the global markets in the Cindicator application. Today we will look at the traditional questions. We hope it will be very helpful and will improve the quality of your forecasting. Today we will use the web application as an example. So for the rank questions, you need to put a number of options in a certain order. For example, a question might ask you to arrange assets by the return of the next week. It's also important to know how the points are calculated. You can click on this section here. It will redirect you to the support portal and you can see actually how the points are calculated for this question. So let's get back to the question. You get the most points for getting the top and the bottom items right. That will get you about 40% of the available points for this question. This one for the first and for the last one is the fifth here. An item that should have been top in the second position. You'll get about 20%. This one here. Similarly, if you put an item that should have been at the bottom in the second to last position, you get about 20%. So in this case, this one, the fourth position. Even if you get the items in the middle correct, you won't get any points for this one, the third. That's because these items don't really matter for real trades. That is actually true. It's most important to get the general direction right. The good assets at the top and the bad ones at the bottom. Then, even if the order isn't totally accurate, you will win points instead of losing them. This is what really set you apart from other users who just guess. So, as a rule, you need to start with S&P 500. Then analyze the industry and then each company. Now, let's review each step separately. To begin the analysis, open the S&P 500 index chart, which reflects the overall movement of the American stock market. Here it is. Try to predict the market trend for the next 2 weeks. Since the movement of most stocks follows the movement of the index as a whole, looking at the index will help you to determine the general direction of the market as a whole. Let's suppose you are answering a question about company dealing with oil production. You need to know what is happening in the industry as a whole. For example, for the oil sector, you need to familiarize yourself with the crude oil WTI futures contract chart. Here it is. Try to analyze possible fundamentals events that could affect the industry as a whole. For example, you can visit the OPEC website. Here it is. That will allow you to check whether the organization is planning to hold any events in the coming days and which issues are on the agenda of those events. If there are any market volatility can be expected. After completing an industry analysis, you need to check each company directly. Check the chart of the company share. It is also necessary to get to grips with the ins and outs of the company and find out whatever, for example, the organization has any upcoming events. For this, we recommend visiting finviz.com. Here it is. This is a stock screener where you can scroll through newsfeed, choosing by company ticker. You can also use Twitter as an alternative. Here is the Twitter. But you have to be careful as information is published by users and is often unverified. So to do this, you can enter a company's ticker into the search bar to follow the latest tweets about the company. For example, let's choose JP Morgan. Here is the latest tweets about JP Morgan. Write down your assessment of whether there will be a rise or fall in the price for each of the shares in turn. Repeat the above for all the companies listed in the question. So right now, rank the items in the list based on your analysis. It might look complicated at first, but it's really about simply going from top to bottom. With some practice, it will take you less and less time and will really set you apart from people who just guess randomly. Start applying this knowledge right now. Go to the Cindicator application and start forecasting.